hey, I'm just sitting in my car. Yeah, I'm doing that. And so I just was thinking about like social media and how we'll be scrolling, and it's like we can't get away from it. And I remember my cousin saying one time, she was like, we will not even get up to go pee, get out the bed, and we'll pick up the phone and start scrolling, right? And then next thing you know, we got a bladder infection, right? She didn't say it like that, but I'm just thinking, yeah, we just get so consumed with the, swiping up and or going back, right? So recently I had to take a sabbatical, and it was like I was just tired of being online saying, hey, here I am, look at me, or just being consumed with somebody else's life. It's just like, oh yeah, I'm being entertained because those are the things that intrigue me, but am I really taking care of myself? So I said, okay, I just got to make myself a priority, right? And then, I felt bad because it's like, okay, I'm not like a major public figure, but I was getting my nonprofit off the ground and just trying to be present, right? And my thinking was, if I'm not here, people will forget, right? And so I had to let all that go. I had to let all of that go and just be good to myself, making myself priority, and then letting people know, hey, I'm on a sabbatical. And then when I thought I wanted to come back, it's like, nope, I'm still on sabbatical, right? And all the things that were going on in my mind was, oh God, you got to make content. Oh gosh, you got to do another contest. You got to give away books, right? And so during my sabbatical, I was still scrolling, right? It's just kind of like I'm away, but I can still see stuff. And it's like, man, so it's kind of like I'm reflecting, thinking, what could I have done better during that time, right? Because there was months that went by where I was not present. I wasn't posting, right? And then I would actually go into my Facebook, and check and see if anybody had sent me messages, and people would say, oh, I miss you and all of that, when I shouldn't even done that. I should have had a strategy for going on this sabbatical and going silent and to really respect myself, right? So I'm just going to share some of the things that I should have done. And if I do it again, I'll know how to do it, right? Based on my experience with the next thing I should have did was remove all the apps from my phone, right? And maybe in addition to my laptop. So, that would have been Facebook and Instagram, Zoom, let's see, Canva, all these different things that I'm using to be online, to be social. I should have removed all of these apps. And even thinking about that, it brings up anxiety, right? Because it's kind of like, I won't be connected to nobody. But you will. You'll be connected to the people that matter, right? So you'll still have your phone, but it's just like all of those things pinging won't be going off, and you can actually turn those off, right? But I didn't even want to take the time to do that, and I should have done that, right? And so when you fully remove yourself, it's like, okay, I'm keeping this promise to myself, right? So the apps and anything that requires you to be social, other than, you texting your immediate family, right? Using your phone to do that, some way for them to get a hold of you and you to get a hold of them in an emergency. But taking those apps off your phone that require you to be social, or that tempt you to be social, is a good way to do it. Tell your friends and family to not send you memes or links to social media, because they're not on sabbatical but you are, and so they send you those things and you're tempted, right? You still have your accounts online, so you could easily just go to them, right? They send you a link and you click on it and boom, there you are, right? So if you send them a text, the people that especially the people that send stuff to you regularly, like unconsciously. Oh, I know Michelle um, would want to see this because she likes this, or she would be entertained. It's funny, right? So that happens to me a lot, even to the point of work friends, like, hey, don't send me stuff, or don't do that. And sometimes people, they forget, and so you might have to remind them, because I know I've told people before, hey, I don't want to talk about XYZ, and then here they come talking about XYZ. So it's kind of like, it's not their fault. They just forgot, right? And so you just have to remind them. And so for you to truly maybe have it be effective, is just like, okay, let me give you a month jump start, right? Like if you just cannot do this right now, let me give you a month start, and then I'm going to tell you, and then I'm going to remind you, hey, don't forget, right? Put it on your calendar that I'm not going to be available, right? I'm really trying to have this time for myself, right? What's so funny? If you tell somebody that, hey, I'm going to go out of country and I am not going to have access or whatever, you will not get a text. But if they know that you're in town, you're easily accessible, here it comes. Here it comes, right? So just reminding people, everybody that that, hey, I really need this for myself. And if you could respect that, right? Yeah. Now, I know there's a way that you can set your phone up so that it only will ring for the people that are important to you, right? So like, and I don't know how it works, but it's just kind of like, my phone is only going to ring for these people. So you put it on do not disturb, and then, your emergency people that really need to get a hold of you because it's a life and death situation. Like, I don't want my phone to ring between, this time and this time, but this person can still call me. My phone will ring, right? So there is that feature that you can put on your phone. So you have to look it up, because I don't have all that. This is just on the fly, right? This is unscripted. So, but there's a way to do that. So you really get the full benefit of, this social scrolling and, just having the time to yourself and setting yourself as a priority. Okay, start practicing in silence. That's one thing that, is hard when you have anxiety or, you just can't be still. You got things you need to do, right? So practicing to sit in silence for like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or, if you can't do that, maybe 5 minutes, just incremental until you get yourself up to a place where you can just like sit without the phone, right? So like maybe like take the phone and have it like in a different place, where it's like, I'm trying to make sure that person is not in the video, right, out of respect for them. But if you put your phone somewhere else, because some people, and I know I'm some people, cannot be without my phone. I'm patting myself looking for it and stuff, right? And so if I get comfortable with, okay, it's okay to be away from the phone, and just, a short distance. If you're in the living room, and then it might be in your bedroom or whatever, try that to see if you can get comfortable with just being away from the phone, and not making it the priority, right? Because by me patting it, it's kind of like, I done made this my baby, right? And so I done made this phone so important. And I can remember a time where it's just like, I didn't even want to have a phone, right? It's hot out here, honey. Ooh, child. So, and I think somebody had to make me get a cell phone, right? So just see if you can do it, and that'll help you say, okay, I can make myself a priority. And, you can figure out something else to do while the phone is not there, right? Something else besides the phone, right? It might be cleaning out your closet or something, decluttering, organizing something. Okay, we in Oakland, so there we have it. And I shouldn't say that, but it's happening, right? So yeah. Some other things that I thought about were like, when you take this time to separate yourself from your phone, from social media, to do something else for yourself, put some little notes up in your house, wherever you live, your room, wherever it's at, and something positive. Like in my bathroom, I have I am enough. And for me, that was a priority. It's like making myself enough, more so than anybody else, and so I keep that there, even though I understand, yeah, I'm valuable, right? But I keep it there. So little notes like that to yourself on the bathroom mirror, in the kitchen, in front of the sink, wherever you're going to go often, right? On your door before you go out the door each day. Just some reminders, to build yourself up in this time too, because, we'll get to looking at social media and then we'll be like, dang, I like that, or I wish I had that or whatever. And we want to get rid of that. We don't want to be envious of other people. They have their lives, right? So if you just tell yourself positive things, when you see these things on social media, won't feel any kind of way, right? Because you will have built yourself up. I mean, the repetition thing, they say 21 days or whatever that is, it works. Repetition. I remember when I was going to church and the pastor kept teaching on the same thing every week. And I'm just like, why are we learning about this? We've been on the same scripture, it seemed like, for 6 weeks. And I'm just like, he preached it all different kinds of ways, but he kept doing it, right? And it stuck with me to where it's like, it's my daily thing, right? And this is like, God is not giving me the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. And so, and when I say that to myself, I'm not afraid of anybody. I'm not scared of anybody. I do not walk in fear. It's like, I say what I got to say to you, right? So that is what happened when I did the habit. I'm not scared. I just do stuff, right? Try stuff. Make it a habit to build yourself up in this time frame so that you're going to go back to social media. But when you do, you have a different thought process, right? You're not like, oh my God, right? You have some kind of tools. You can be in silence. You can find other things to do, like clean out your closets, maybe organize something. You do have some internal dialogue that helps you, right? Because the scrolling, it'll take up your time. It will monopolize your time so much so because we're entertained that we're sacrificing something to do it, right? And it's time with people. We could be learning something else. And so I just, it made me think, gosh, the way that I did it was not the best way, right? And so when I do it next time, whatever time that is, I'm going to know. And then I'll have all these tools. It's like, okay, let me go turn this off. Let me remove the apps. Let me write my little encouraging notes, or, let me sign myself up for a class to physically go to, to learn something new or whatever. Let me pick up a physical book instead of the audio book. So, yeah. So anyway, I hope this helps somebody. Helps you to stop scrolling, or do it you know, if you can't totally do it, maybe not as much, right? But and so this was really for me, just to kind of go through the process of what I could have done better, right? So take care. I love you guys, and talk to you later.